Benjamin from Eb7 Music Studio doing a lesson on the song called Cut That Line by Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. That video almost synced up. What I'm doing here is listening to the track through my headphones and playing first the bass part with it, then doing the same thing with the guitar part and hoping that they'll sync up and sound decent together. Doesn't sound too bad. Again, this is mostly just to teach you how to play it. What a great song. I've been listening to this whole album, their first album called Dap Dippin' with Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. Super fun, upbeat album. Sometimes you gotta listen to music that makes you feel awesome and excited and want to dance, and this is one of those albums, so I'm glad to share it with you guys. I'll first talk about the guitar part because I'm primarily a guitar teacher and most of my students are guitar students. Then we'll show you the bass part a little bit as well. Now they're playing an E-flat 7 chord. In tab, we begin on this 6th fret of the A string, but really when I talk with my students I like to talk in actual letters. So this is an E-flat. Again, though, in tab, the full chord goes 6, 8, 6, 8, 6. Got to have a good bar there. Of course, the real notes we're playing is E flat, B flat, D flat, G, and B flat at the top. So the first thing that we hear them play is that quick little melody, little half-step melody. I think they're implying the B flat chord, and then there is an extra guitar that I'm not playing that kind of sounds like. I'm not sure if it's an overdub, but the basic rhythm I was playing was this. So what's happening is I play the E flat root note, the 6th fret, then I play this double stop, which is part of an E flat 7 chord. I got the 3rd tone, which is the G, and then I got the flat 7 at the top, which is the D flat. In tab I have, let's see, geez, I can't even think tab quickly enough as much as I like to think about the actual letters. I got the 8th and 9th fret. And then the first way I learned it, I was simply playing the 8th fret to 6th and the G string 6 to 8. But then as I listened more carefully, I could hear it was a double stop like this. And then you play this double stop. Double stop is when you play 2 strings, just 2 notes. So I got double 8s to double 6s on the high 2 strings, then I got double 6s on the 2nd, 3rd string to double 8s on the 2nd, 3rd string. Of course, it has so much fun to play, and the timing has to be right. And then you jump right back onto your E flat 7 chord and play. Now you got to maybe practice at that. First time you play it real simple like that. Second time it's like something like that. You gotta get funky each time. And then as they go into that melodic part, we're basically playing upon the tones of that A flat dominant 7th chord that they go to. So first we're playing up to the 3rd, which is the 3rd note of the A flat chord. It's really a C note, and we play a little half step approaching it. You do a couple of those, then you find the 5th note of the chord, which is right here, is an E flat, and I play that with half steps approaching the 5th tone of the chord. Then I'm approaching the flat 7. And that's the gist of it. It's one of those things you got to listen to and get into how cool it is to play rhythm guitar, where you're just playing that same groove over and over and over again, and it's not boring. It's awfully fun to play, and people get excited about it. It creates that groove that people want to dance to. All right, let's check out the bass. Those sirens, they did come and arrest me for playing too funky. All right, let's get into the bass playing. This is an old bass of mine. It's not the most expensive bass. I think it cost me $80, but I've had it for many years. It plays really great and it's really fun. So when we're playing this piece, we're thinking about how we're in E flat. We could talk about the tab a little bit and say this is the 6th fret of the A string. And how about that first line that we have? He's using the E flat major pentatonic scale. I can always recognize the major pentatonic scale when I hear the melody for My Girl. Makes me hear that scale right away, and those are the notes he's using. Now in tab we're playing 6, 8, 8, 6, 8, 6, 10, 8, 8, 6, 8, 6. Now see, tab is difficult to talk about because I said 8 a couple of times, and even though I was playing different strings of 8 and 6 on different strings, let's say it again, but this time I'll talk about the actual letter notes, especially if you're playing the bass. There's no excuse. You really should know these letter notes. Let's take our time. We have E flat, B flat, F, B flat, F, E flat, G, B flat, F, B flat, F, E flat. So it's much better to think about it that way. They do have that cool break on the bass where he goes, just a classic chromatic bass line where you jump to the G, which is the third of the triad, to the fourth note of the scale, to the sharp 4, to the 5, the flat 7, 7, root, all that chromatic movement. Somehow that open E works in there too. I don't know how that works. If somebody explains it to me below, I think it sounds so cool. And then he breaks into that release where they play. And again, the bass player is just playing against an A flat note. As the guitar player plays through all the harmonies of those A flat 7 triads, the bass player just plays on that A flat root with a chromatic approach, like it happens throughout so much of the song, and then sneaks you right up to the B flat, which is the 5 chord of E flat that wants to get us back to E flat again. So again, you want to listen to the song, maybe slow it down if you need to work at it slowly and gradually work your way up to it. It's the type of song that once you get good at it, you should just play it every day and enjoy the fact that you know how to play it and rock. So I chose this song for a couple reasons this week. We're working with Cut That Line by Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. I chose it. It's just a fun, upbeat, awesome song to have stuck in your head the whole week. I'm really trying to find a lot of fun music I can share with everybody that'll bring an uplifting vibe. So this is definitely one of those songs. It's hard to sit still listening to it. The other reason I chose it, because I have the 2 parts that I showed you, the bass part and the guitar part. So a big thing I think about music is trying to get your friends involved, even if they've never played. Just encourage them to get started. Learn both parts yourself and then teach your friend the other part and share the song and play it with a friend. That makes it so much fun. Till then, what you can do, of course, is just put the track on the CD or on YouTube or what have you, Spotify, and just play right along with it and feel like you're part of the band. So enjoy songs like this one, and we'll see you at your lesson this week, and I hope you're enjoying music all week long.